Officers thought she was just nervous. Then she offered a bribe. Then she looked at the trunk and suddenly went silent. That's when everything changed.
Ma'am,
seconds earlier, she wouldn't stop talking. Excuses, contradictions, details nobody asked for. Then one officer stepped toward the rear of the car. She whispered something so quietly it almost wasn't registered. Please, don't open that. The trunk opened anyway. And what police found didn't just turn a traffic stop into an arrest. It triggered an investigation that would expose a family secret hidden for years. But the strangest part wasn't what officers found. It was her reaction. Because the second the truth came out, she didn't run, didn't argue, didn't deny anything. She just stared at the pavement, like she already knew this moment was coming, and had feared it for a very long time. It was just after sunset when patrol units noticed the sedan drifting between lanes on a quiet highway. Nothing dramatic, no chase, no speeding, just enough for a routine. Stop. Lights flashed. The car pulled over immediately. The officer approached. Her hands were locked on the wheel so tightly her knuckles had gone pale. Breathing fast, eyes moving between the mirror and the dashboard. He asked for license and registration. She reached into the glove, box-dropped papers, grabbed the wrong ones, apologized, then laughed. Nervously, the kind of laugh people make when they're trying not to panic. Routine questions followed. Where are you headed?
How long?
How long have you been driving?
Simple.
Except her answers weren't. I'm heading home. Pause. My dad's place. Another pause. I was helping him move some things. The officer never asked about cargo, but she brought it. Up herself, and immediately realized it. Her face tightened. Her eyes flicked toward the trunk. Then again, that was the moment the stop stopped feeling routine. Because now the officer wasn't just hearing answers, he was watching pressure take over. Her record came back clean. No warrants, nothing obvious. But experience teaches something, paperwork doesn't. Pressure reveals more than databases ever will. Backup arrived quietly, eh? Second patrol unit? Nothing aggressive. When the officer returned, she looked worse. More sweating, more tension. Still watching the mirror.
Sir, can you tell me what happened here?
Then came the question. Anything. In the vehicle we should know about? Her answer came too fast. No. Then she leaned closer, lowered her voice, and changed everything. What if we skip all this? The officer stayed still. No reaction. She swallowed. Then named a cash amount. Specific. Immediate. Not. Nervous joking. A direct offer, and then she made it worse. Talking faster, saying this was family business, that things were complicated, that she didn't have a choice. Then she stopped, because she heard herself, and knew she'd already said too much. Then something moved inside the trunk. A faint shift. Metal. Against something hard? One officer heard it instantly, looked up. The other did. Two backup lights flashed across the road. Blue, red. The entire scene changed. She stepped out of the car slowly, arms tight at her sides, watching every movement. One officer approached the trunk, hand on the latch, and for the first time, she looked truly terrified. Then she whispered, "Please, don't open that." The trunk lifted, and everything changed. Inside was carefully organized evidence, containers, sealed files, storage bins. Nothing random. Nothing accidental. Everything packed with purpose. Everything hidden carefully. Not panic. Planning officers. Immediately secured the scene. Separated evidence. Started documenting. And standing beside the ST patrol unit. She didn't move. Didn't speak. Her shoulders dropped, like she'd been holding that fear for years. And it had finally caught up. An officer asked, "What is all of this?" Silence. Another question. Nothing. Then finally, "I wasn't supposed to be the one doing this." That sentence changed everything, because now investigators knew someone else was behind it. Someone bigger, and the name came quickly. My father. Then pieces started falling apart. Broken sentences, half-finished thoughts. He said nobody would stop me. He said it had to stay hidden. He said everything was under control. Officers stayed quiet, letting her fill the silence. And she did, she described. Years of secrecy, closed doors, conversations ending when she walked in, family where everyone had a role and nobody. Ask questions, everything compartmentalized, everything hidden, everyone trusting one person. Her father, she said nobody challenged him. Nobody even tried. For years he convinced everyone. The family was untouchable, protected, too careful to ever get exposed until tonight. One traffic stop, one mistake. And suddenly that control disappeared. The deeper investigators looked, the bigger it got. Records, linked to multiple locations. Financial trails, buried under normal business activity. Hidden storage, paperwork connected across months, then years. Neighbors described them the same way. Quiet, private, normal, which made everything harder to believe, because nothing about them looked suspicious. That was the point. It had all been designed to look ordinary, and she had been trusted to protect it because she always followed instructions. Always stayed quiet, always handled her role until pressure finally broke through. During interviews, she admitted something investigators never forgot. Part of her always knew this day might come. Not like this. Not on a roadside. But eventually. Because secrets grow heavy, and heavy things don't stay buried forever. She said even during the stop. Even while offering money, even while watching officers walk toward, the trunk part of her still believed someone would save her. A call. A distraction. Anything but nobody came. No rescue. No plan. No plan. No. Control just flashing lights. A dark highway and years of silence. Collapsing in real time, that was when she broke completely. Months later, investigators still pointed back to that exact traffic stop. Not a raid, not surveillance, not a planned takedown. A random stop near sunset, and somehow that became the beginning of everything falling apart. Records surfaced, people started talking, stories stopped matching, family members distanced themselves, business ties collapsed, years of hidden secrets started, unraveling piece by piece. But officers remembered one thing most: not the files, not the investigation, not even the attempted. Bribed her face, the exact second the trunk opened. The second panic turned into certainty, because she knew the secret was over. The silence was broken, and everything her family had was protected for years and dead on the side of a dark road, under flashing lights, with one failed deal, one whispered plea, and the truth finally catching up.